Star Wars Outlaws is probably Ubisoft's best game in a long time, and that's saying a lot. When it comes to Star Wars Outlaws as a game, there is definitely a lot that can be said. Overall, the game is pretty solid. For one of Lucasfilm's first open world games, it is a great step into that genre. For the amount of time that I've actually played this game so far, I have actually had a pretty good time playing it, especially when it comes to the story and how Lucasfilm and Ubisoft actually meld those things together. Because for a long time, most Star Wars games have been a linear fashion, and more or less to make sure the story was actually consistent all the way through. And that's not saying that Star Wars Outlaws story is not consistent. But what is consistent is ArtSabers sabers. ArtSabers is an amazing fan-made custom saber company. Not only do they have a wide variety of different sabers, from NeoPixels, sabers specifically meant for dueling, or the movie replica sabers. They literally have it all. The quality is top-notch as well. They're lightweight and they are perfect for any type of aesthetic that you're looking for. So if you're looking to grab one of these replica sabers, or even a helmet or any type of Star Wars merchandise, be sure to go to artsabers.com, and then when you are at checkout, use code NERDSTORM for 5% off of your order. So now let's talk about the dynamic between Kay and Nix in Star Wars Outlaws. Kay and Nix are definitely an amazing dynamic duo. I love their interactions between each other, especially that one interaction where you're actually feeding Nix and y'all are sitting there eating together. Not only was it cute, but it was very heartwarming. And throughout the story, to see Kay grow as not only a person, but an outlaw was done very well. The fact that she's technically starting out as just a normal thief and then turns out to be one of the better outlaws within the underworld of Star Wars is really cool. And I love how that actually melds into the fact that you're actually gaining reputation and technically losing reputation by actually working with different syndicates, that being the Hutts, Crimson Dawn, and the Pikes. Now, as far as the reputation system is concerned, I do like it, but I wish it was way more defined. Because for the most part, with the jobs that you're actually getting from each syndicate, a lot of the times whenever you get to a certain point within that job, there's a certain decision that you have to make that either gives you good graces with the syndicate that you're doing the job for, or actually lowers your reputation for a different syndicate. And that's how you actually increase and decrease your reputation throughout all three syndicates. Now, yes, again, it's a pretty cool feature, but I do wish it was a little bit more refined. For me, it just seems a little too simple. And simple's not necessarily a bad thing, because when it comes to the actual gameplay, the gameplay technically is simple as well. And I do like that they did keep it simple, because the game starts out again with Kay just being a regular thief. So she really doesn't have a whole lot. And again, I do like that they kept the gameplay simple to the fact to where a lot of the times when you're in battle or whatnot, all you really have is your gun, Nix, and maybe a couple of bombs. That's it. You have to be smart and strategic as far as how you're going to go about doing different tasks within the game and completing different jobs, because you can either go in loud or you can actually do a little bit of stealth. And yes, there are definitely times when you are not allowed to actually get noticed at all. So the stealth is definitely key. Now, when it comes to a lot of the stealthy parts of the game, that was a bit lackluster for me, because a lot of the enemy AI wasn't so smart, so it was kind of easy to get around a lot of the things that they were doing. And then sometimes I feel like stealth just did not work. There were a couple of times where I got noticed behind some cover where I should not have been noticed whatsoever. And that's going to lead me to my next point. Yes, the game is a little buggy. Now, you can sit there and call it the normal Ubisoft jank, if you will, but I don't think it's necessarily that. You see, overall, the game is fairly polished. Out of the 15 to 20 hours that I've spent in the game so far, I've really only experienced a small handful of bugs. My main issue comes with the animations themselves. A lot of the animations seem to be a little wonky at times, on top of the fact that sometimes it just doesn't seem as if there is a good transition between different animations. It almost seems as if Kay just snaps into the very next animation instead of smoothly going into it. And with the game being made by the likes of Ubisoft and Lucasfilm, you'd have think that this would have been something that would have been worked on before the game got released. Outside of those few issues, there's really nothing else that can really be said that's bad about this game. Again, it is a little buggy and some of the animations aren't as smooth as they could be, but that's not something for me that's game breaking. I wouldn't sit there and not buy the game, especially if I was a Star Wars fan. So all in all, I've been thoroughly enjoying my time with this game. Again, I don't want to spoil too much for anybody that has yet to actually get the game. Ubisoft allowed me to play this game early, and I definitely appreciate them for it, because it allows me to give my thoughts to y'all so that way y'all can make your own decisions as to whether or not you actually want to play this game. And again, coming from me, I still recommend it. Again, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Now, yes, there's going to be a certain subsect of Star Wars fans that are going to hate on this game simply because Kate is the main protagonist. But do not let them sway your thoughts as to whether or not you want to get this game. Because at the end of the day, this game is still a good game. Just like any other game, it's going to have its few flaws. But are you excited for Star Wars Outlaws? If you've already played it, let me know what your favorite part is in the comment section. And if you're a Star Wars fan and you enjoyed this video, be sure to go ahead and like and share this video out, and then subscribe to me and ring the bell to receive notifications so that way you know every time I happen to upload a new video. And with that being said, I'm about to hop right back into some Star Wars Outlaws, so I'll catch y'all later.